Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle. I am your customer success manager. I'm usually the one you guys are talking to through email or chat, or I think you've seen me on your knowledge base as well. Today, we're going to go over how to create split level homes. And there's two types that I kind of want to cover. One of them kind of just shows like a shift between, let's say you have the living room on one grade of the house and then like a play area or the kitchen or the dining room on another grade of the house. I'm going to show that little shift. And I'm also going to show you guys a split level in terms of like what we call in the South townhomes. And I know what they call like up north in like Philadelphia, New York, row homes or brickstones. I'm going to show you how to split the house coming from the front. And then when you walk in, it kind of like splits go up and down. Let me go ahead and share my screen. If you have any questions today, go ahead and send the questions in the chat. If you can hear me, please just do a thumbs up in the chat just to make sure that we're both on the same page. But yeah, like if you have any questions about split levels, please feel free and ask. If we do have time before the webinar is up, I will open it up to questions about other things. But if not, then you guys know to send us a message at support@cedreo.com. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, great. I see that I have some thumbs up. All right, so to begin with, I created a kind of basic home with a garage area and front door upstairs and downstairs, right? In this home, you want to be able to, let's say you're creating a split level and you want to be able to walk inside of the house but have access to upstairs and downstairs. This is what I'm going to show you in a home like this. I've already went ahead and I've named it. Let me go here. So upstairs on the first floor, let's say this your bedroom, bathroom, another bedroom, kitchen, your living area, and your dining area. And downstairs, I haven't really like separated downstairs just yet, but I do have the garage here. Let me go ahead and make sure I change that name. Okay. So the first thing you want to do to begin with, you want to first let me delete this because I added it when I was creating it to show y'all. So I'm going to start from scratch. All right, here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is in the wall opening step, you're going to create the opening for where you're going to add the stairs. That's the first thing you're going to do. This is after you've already kind of had the basic structure of the house. You have the front door, the windows, and everything. And I always suggest go ahead and design the first split level, design the basic structure of your home prior to creating the split level effects, because when you want to build out your house and then use the walls to create the split level effect, it gets confusing. And a lot of times we tell you to delete that and then start this way. So make sure you build out your house, the walls and everything prior to creating the split level effect. All right. So you see that I have the front door on the ground floor and I have nothing right here. And then when I'm inside, you see that there's a regular flooring here. But then when I go downstairs, same thing, regular flooring. So I've not changed anything. I've not added anything. All right. So what I'm going to do is go to wall opening. I'm going to go to the stairwell option. I'm going to go up to my first floor. So the top floor where you're starting the split level. I'm going to select my opening and then I'm going to place it where I want the opening for the stairs. Okay. So let me turn my camera here so you can watch that. All right. Next thing, I'm going to actually rotate. I can either rotate this opening or I can expand the length and the width. So I want to rotate it. I'm going to rotate it here and then I'm going to expand the width. And I'm kind of just eyeballing it for now. And we're going to go back and change it. And I'm going to bring it kind of close to the wall to get rid of where that baseboard was. So if I kind of come here, if I leave it here, you still see the baseboard kind of in the middle. So you want to make sure it's close enough to the wall. The opening is close enough to the wall where you don't have your baseboard. All right. And then the next thing you want to do is you're going to add the stairs. I know people are thinking, but my door is still on the floor. We're going to get to that. So when you come to the furnishing step, I'm actually going to deactivate my level above and then go down to the ground floor. So I'm gonna go down here to the ground floor and deactivate the level above. And I already have my stairs up, but you wanna go to staircase, select the U-shape option under turning, and then there's a number of U-shaped stairs. I'm going to actually pick this one that has the railings more inside. And I'm gonna place them, zoom out. As you know, you don't wanna place furnishing directly on the wall. You wanna place it further away from the wall, so then it's not stuck on the wall. And you see where these arrows are, it allows you to shift and turn the furnishing around. So I got to turn my stairs around. And now I'm gonna take the landing and put it exactly where I want it to be. All right, now I'm gonna add my top floor back. And you see that the top floor, the opening is smaller than the stairs. So I'm gonna come back to my wall opening step, select the opening, and then I'm gonna expand the length of that opening. And you're gonna expand it all the way out to where the stairs meet. Now, I'm doing it this way, or you can shorten the stairs. That's another option as well. And then also the width of the stairs, as you can see here, it kind of cuts in. So I'm gonna go back to my wall opening. And then notice when I expanded the length, it came further outside. That is not what we want. We want to click and bring it in. And then this will just mean you have to shorten it as well. So as it shortens on both sides, so you have to kind of keep shortening it and bringing it until you get it to where you want it to be. And that to where it's not poking out. All right, there we go. All right, and then I'm going to expand the width slightly. And now I have the option. I'm going to go back to my furnishing. And now I'm going to adjust the stairs. I have my collisions activated right now, or deactivated. So I'm going to deactivate it. And then I'm going to move my stairs around to where I want this landing. Make sure you're always using your mouse to navigate. Always use your mouse to navigate the different angles, because as you can see from this angle, it looks okay. But from here, you still see a little bit of a space. I'm going to increase the height of the stairs. I'm going to expand the width slightly and the length. And I'm also going to make sure, I want you to notice right here, the stairs are kind of going into the wall. So when you look outside, well, I've already fixed it, but if the stairs are going into the wall, you look outside, sometimes the stairs are outside. This one is not, but you don't want it to go directly into the wall. You just want it slightly on the wall like this, okay? So this is kind of what it will look like. Right now, I have my stairs is too long, or I should say too wide, because I turn it around, all right? And then if I look at all angles, I see that now I need to probably lower the height slightly. Okay, so this looks good from here. All right, so you see the opening on this side is okay, but on this side, as you can see, the stairs kind of goes underneath the opening. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna expand that opening, that width slightly. Not too much, because I already have it where I need it to be on this side. So I'm just gonna shift and move it. Now I have it too much, and I'm just gonna, as you can see, I'm maneuvering between furnishing and wall opening to have like the perfect opening for the split level. All right, so here we are. Bring the stairs back to where it's supposed to be. I'm now gonna activate my collisions because I don't want the stairs to go through the wall at all. All right, so now I have a good opening for how the stairs fits and everything. So then the next thing you're wondering, if I deactivate these levels, you see that the door, let me turn it. The door and the landing are not like together, right? If I add my top floor above, same thing. The door is kind of stuck in the middle of the landing. This is where now when you go back to your wall opening step, from the ground floor, select the front door that you chose. I like to kind of keep my camera kind of between both and then deactivate the levels because I want to see where this landing is and where my door is. So I'm going to kind of keep it here. And then in the right panel, I'm going to increase where my door sits on the sill. So I'm just going to have it come all the way up. And then when it's like right now, it's at what? 3.5 feet. So I'm going to see where it sits here in the landing. All right, so I kind of had it very close. The bottom of the door is still kind of in like further down. So I'm just going to increase it slightly, some more. And you can either keep it like this or you can adjust it to how you want it to be. And this is what it's going to look like. All right, I want to expand the width of my door. So I'm just going to do this. All right. Now, when you look at where it is, if it's centered, then that's good. If it's not centered, you can come back to your wall opening step and you can just move it slightly to where you want it to be for it to be centered. And now I'm going to add the floor above. So when I add the floor above, you see, ignore this for now because I'm going to show you guys how to remove that. But you see how the door is exactly where you want it to be, where the landing is. When you open the door, first thing you do, you come to the landing. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to use partition walls now to section out the spaces. So if I go to the layout step, I'm going to, from the ground floor, where you put the opening for the stairs, I'm going to use partition walls. I don't want the magnet to kind of suck me into where this is because it's trying to follow along with the plan below or above. I'm just going to deactivate it. And where the dashed line is for the opening, I'm going to start here and bring it all the way here. And then just double click. Make sure it's at 90 degrees. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Double click. And I'm going to go upstairs. And if this whole area is open, great. 9 times out of 10 is usually not. So I'm going to now take the partition walls and I'm going to do the same thing. Follow along these areas. And I want to make sure this partition wall comes all the way towards the end. Because if you can see here, where the partition wall kind of cuts, it cuts where the stairs are, right? So now I come to my layout. I'm going to move my camera and this slightly. And then I'm going to bring it out. I already had these other walls drawn, so I'm just going to close it. All right. Now you're going to do the same thing over here. All right. Now, when you have it like this, you can come back and adjust. So this is when now you're going to adjust the stairs because as you can see, the stairs is kind of still further up. I'm going to click on my stairs and I want to lower the height slightly. Okay. If it's too far down, you can adjust it. If the opening, like here where you see, it looks like I have my opening too wide, come back to your wall opening step. I should say too long. Close it out a little bit, but then remember to kind of bring it to where it's here. All right. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this line. I want to get rid of this where the stairs, the door meets the wall. To do that, go to your layout step. Make sure you're on the top floor where the stairs lands at the very top. You're now going to go select hidden wall, and you're going to close out the space between these two walls that we just built. If you see here, I have a little bit of a space, so that's not at 90 degrees. Actually, I'm going to bring this up. Okay. All right. Oh, I picked a regular wall. Okay. Now I have this area here. And the only reason you're seeing this is because, wait, no, wrong area. Is because of this little piece of wall. So you can delete that. Just get rid of it. All right. Once you've sectioned out the area using your hidden wall, while I'm still on my top floor, I'm going to click in that space I just made. And then in the right panel, I'm going to uncheck ground. Hold on. Something is not enclosed. This is a good example too. If you notice how when I clicked here, this still shows these two spaces at room 6. That means I did not enclose these walls properly. So I'm going to come here and see if it's closed. Yep, now it is. So now I have room 7 and 6. So I'm going to click here. And you don't have to keep it at 7. You can go to room types. And you can select the room name and you can change it top of stairs. Or you can scroll here and change the upper stairs or hopper option. So you have those two options as well. But now in the layout step, I'm going to make sure I click in where I added that hidden wall to enclose the space. One thing to keep in mind, if your design does not have physical walls on the sides of the stairs, enclose that space using hidden walls. So you will have hidden walls right here, hidden walls right here, and that whole space will be enclosed using hidden walls. Because then once you do that, then you do the next step, which is click in here, and then in the right panel, uncheck your ground, and then uncheck the baseboard. All right, and then go down here, and then do the same thing as where we are. A hidden wall. Uncheck your ceiling. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Let me see. Does anybody have any questions while I try to figure out why I have 2 here. Nope, I need that. I didn't have the opening wide enough. I didn't move it where it's supposed to be. All right, there we go. I needed to adjust it. All right, now you have, when you come back here, now you have an opening. I'm just gonna use my mouse to kind of come through the front door slightly. From the stairs area coming up. So this is downstairs. You see the floor for upstairs comes upstairs, and then you come to a landing from the front door and you go upstairs to the new, the second floor. And then once you have these stairs here, this one now you can just add a flight of, you can add some stairs, or you can add a deck. So you can go to ground floor and you have the option to where you go to your furnishing step, outdoor stairs. And now I'm able to either add these kind of stairs here, adjust my height and my length. And then I can add railings if I need to. I'm going to uncheck my collisions icon and then turn this around. Oop. Be careful, make sure you're clicking on the right one. And I can adjust my length of my railing. And then copy that because I already have it where I want it to be. Place it here. Lower my height and then lower the elevation to meet where I want it to be. I can also twist it as well. You have it for railings and stairs for the front door. All right, and then you can do the same thing. Make sure it's in the middle and continue to adjust when you walk in the front door. You come here, or if I delete all of this, I can also use the deck option in my exterior step to draw a deck from the ground floor coming out. Right. All right, and then I can increase the elevation of my deck. Expand the width if I need to. And then add a deck skirt underneath. And then you can add stairs to this. So yeah, you have those options as well to create this split level effect. And then you, same thing goes and you add your railings. And then I can also, as we know, we can change this material of the deck to just about any material that we have here. Let's say I'm going to select a type of cladding and change it to that if we wanted to. Okay. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is, actually this is not cute. All right, the next one we're going to do now, I'm going to show you how to create a shift, a split level shift between two floors or two rooms. So if I come downstairs, I'm going to hide my superior level. I come downstairs, I'm going to come to my layout step, make sure I'm on my ground floor. And let's say the garage area is further down than the rest of the house. So the garage, you kind of have to take a step down from inside of the house into the garage, right? So I have my garage, I'm gonna click into the garage, and then in the right panel, I'm actually going to lower my finished floor in the garage. You see that? All right. Now in this room, I'm going to increase my finished floor because my finished floor can only go to 0. I can't go negative. But if I go here, click inside, I can increase my finished floor. And you notice how as I'm increasing it, you will see that the door is moving up as well. So let's say it's like a 2-inch step down. It's a huge step down, but it's a 2-inch step down from everything else in the garage. So let me flip this actually, so it can be outside. There we go. When you come here, you notice that the inside of the house is a further up elevation, and then the garage, you have to step down. So you have to play with the finished floor. The finished floor can only go to 0, but it can increase as high as you want it to be. So you're able to lower the garage down to 0, but then every other place is a step up. You can increase the height of that place, of that space. and then come get your stairs from the furnishing step. And now you can add stairs that kind of steps here. And I'm going to activate my collisions to where the stairs doesn't go in the wall. And now you have the option for when you leave inside of the house, you can come downstairs into the garage. And the same thing applies for other spaces inside of your house. So I come to my layout step. I'm going to, let me lower the finished floor back down to where it was. I think it was 2 inches. All right, let's say 3. So we're going to do everything at 3 inches. Okay. So the finished floor now for my ground floor is at 3 inches. But let's say right here is a maybe kitchen area. I don't know. And then this is like a play area down here. So I'm going to use play area and then kitchen. All right. But my kitchen area sits a little bit higher than the play area. I use hidden walls to separate the space. And then I'm going to click on where the kitchen is. And now I'm going to increase the finished floor of the kitchen area. But notice the kitchen area, the window is going to go up too, because in a house where one side it's the elevation is higher, the window is going to be higher as well. So just keep that in mind. And then keep in mind where your door sits. For this, I have my door sitting on the other side of the hidden wall. So the door is going to be further down in where the play area is. Okay, so this is like an inch step down from the kitchen area here to the play area. And then the same thing applies. Come to furnishing, and then you can either leave it here or add like a rail to kind of separate the space if you wanted to. You can do it this way and have like this whole area is kind of separated. Actually, I think I put too many rails. This whole area is separated. Or you can just put a long shape here. And let's say you're going to use a shape for like a step down. I'm going to come to materials, go to shapes, use one of the cube shapes. And then as you know, all our shapes, you can change the size and the length to what you want it to be in the width. So you can create a full step down here. It doesn't have to be like, if you don't need a whole full pair of stairs, but it's just a step down, you can use a shape to create that. And then I'm going to come to my wall opening and I'm going to move my door because I don't need the door in the step down. And then let's change the flooring. And you can also change the flooring of the shape as well. And apply that same thing to the landing right here. And here you have a step down. But remember, always change your camera because now you see that the shape is not even close. So I have to bring it close here. Make sure it's lower where we want it to be. Expand the width. Now you have a step down from this kitchenette area to the rest of the house. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. It looks like we have no questions for now, which is always a good thing for me. But remember, if you do have any questions, you can always send us an email at support@cedreo.com. And this video is going to be sent to everyone. So you can also go to, it's going to be emailed to you. And you can also go to our knowledge base, and there's a category in the knowledge base that says webinar replays, and you'll be able to see this webinar and a whole bunch of other webinars as well that we have. Okay, I hope you guys learned something today. And another thing too, when you create a stairs like this, you're able to use a wall, like you can use a wall right here. So if I come to layout, I'm able to put a wall here. To close it out to create, I'm going to lower that wall just slightly. And then I'm going to change the thickness. And then use my arrow on my mouse to bring it in and move it up. So we'll come here. And then you'll use a shape right here, because since you added a stair, you don't want to put another long wall, because then it'll come in the middle of these two. But then you'll use a shape to close out this section. Because if you put a wall, a partition wall right here, this is what it'll look like. And then you'll have to go through the process of putting a roof and everything to slant it. But that's not necessary. You can just use a shape to close out that space, and then put a door there, and you got yourself a room under the stairs. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining me today. Once again, my name is Michelle. Send us any emails and questions at support@cedreo.com if you are a professional or enterprise user. If not, if you are a personal or free user, go to our knowledge base. We have a number of different videos. If you also need some more one-on-one training as a personal user, let us know and we can send you our Cedreo Academy. Training Academy is free, and it gives you an in-depth look of training about how to use our software and like every single step, and just kind of how to complete your project. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day.